Hey guys, it's masatonic. I'm Bilingual Harukist. 皆さん、こんにちは。バイリンガルハルキストのマサトニックです。Haruki Murakami book guide short story 21, Airplane, or How he talked to himself as if reciting poetry. So, in this video, I'd like to talk about this quite long name, a long title. And I hope this video would help you to enjoy Murakami's novel. So, let's get started. As always, this video consists of 3 parts. First overview, and second story, and third deep reading or reading tips from me. So first overview. And this work firstly appeared in the magazine The New Yorker in 2002 July. So it's about almost 20 years ago, but as a Haruki Murakami's career, it's not so, how to say, beginning of his career, much more kind of later. And after that, contained in the collection of short stories, Blind Willow and Sleeping Woman, 2007 and July. So now maybe you can read it. If you wanted to read this short novel, you can. It's available on this collection of short story, Blind Willow and Sleeping Woman. I would put on Amazon link to my video. And in Japan, actually, this one originally contained in TV People in 1990 January. So it's a collection of short story also. And unfortunately, at same format, TV People, it's not translated or published in the English market, but basically same one is you can read in here. So as this work is, how to say, maybe not so famous because only once appeared in the magazine The New Yorker, and after that contained in the collection of short stories. But as you might know, this book, a short story collection, including I think 24, or it's about 20 over works, including in this book. So among so many interesting short stories, this one, I believe, not so famous, and I think a majority of you don't know this work. So in a way, this video, I hope this video would help you to know this very interesting work. So what kind of story is this Airplane? But actually, it's not really such a story. It's just one kind of small episode. Yeah, just one episode, and here it is. And there's basically just 2 people appeared, and then just a conversation between 2 people, he and she. The boss, a character doesn't have a name, just he and she, and he is 20. It's something like a Norwegian protagonist, Mr. Watanabe, like character, and basically same age. He's 20, and basically this story is written from his point of view. From his point of view, and also another character is she, and she's 27 and have a husband and a 4 years daughter. So she has a family. And on the other hand, he's just a single person and very young, just turned 20. So there's a huge, kind of very huge gap between them, and he felt so. And I just looking back from my 20 days. Now I'm this year I'm gonna be 40, and then I have my one son. So kind of looking back about 20 years ago, and of course at that time I'm a single, and kind of just it's really just kids at that time. So looking back at that time, maybe how to say, thinking about 7 years older female, and also have a husband and children. So in a way, have a family. It's really very stranger to me. So in a way, I could very easily sympathize, or I can easily to tell what he felt about this character. But anyway, so this is a the two character had a conversation, and they had kind of relationship, kind of special relationships they had. And one day she asked him about his habit of talking to himself. So he had a habit to talking himself without realizing it. Kind of strange, but it's could but some people might have such a habit. Me, I don't know, because I didn't notice it. So if my wife said that to me, perhaps I did sometimes, but I don't know. And and the topic of the talking to himself is quite unique. He talking to himself about airplane, and as if reciting poetry, he did. So that's a kind of very long a subtitle. Basically, title is airplane. A subtitle or how he talked to himself as reciting poetry. So this is what he really did in the novel, and why he did, and where he's when this habit had started. Just that is he asking. And when he talked, when he asked this question, at first he didn't realize it. He did talking to himself, and the topic is airplane. He really shocked and surprised, and he asked back her what kind of a poetry he talked, and she replied he talked about airplane, and the airplanes kind of poetry is something like this, and she answered, and then basically that's it. Just as I said, this is very small episode, and but still it had a kind of um including so including or imply something much more, because between their conversation there are a lot of kind of blank space. So reader can imagine what their relationship and what the conversation imply, or the airplanes, what is it airplanes metaphor you can imagine. So this is in a way it's very interesting. And oh, I should not forget about mention it. And her husband, it is kind of very quite unique character. Of course, in this no work, he didn't appear, but he has a very unique character had. His hobby is listening opera, and he worked for overseas travel agency. So in a way, kind of how to say, such a very special character between. So and then between he and she conversation, protagonist he watched her husband's record a shelf, and just count on what kind of opera record he had. So that's quite a unique point. And 4 years daughter, she is not appeared also, but 4 years daughter is quite a significant image in his Murakami's world, because some other character had the same age. So like a Sarah from the Honey Pie or another short story is also same years, 4 years old, and also and in in novel, a killing commanditore in the protagonist daughter also for 4 years. So 4 years daughter is some specific, how to say, I don't know, meaning perhaps in Murakami's novel she might have. But anyway, so that's basically story. And so how should we enjoy this story? Deep reading or my reading tips from me. First, read the story with opera, with listening opera. In this work, the opera's title is mentioned: La Bohème, Tosca, Norma, Turandot, Fidelio. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with opera. Actually, I'm not so familiar with, but from Murakami's novel, so many opera music is featured or referred to. So when I read Murakami, I sometimes uh, Google it and then find it some music video or kind of in a streaming service I can find. So sometimes I just try to listen, but as protagonist, as a character in this work says, opera is too long. Sometimes it took over 3 hours. So, and it's very difficult to concentrate my in my house or in my room, with just uh, listening. It's kind of very difficult to concentrate. So when I have a chance to or opportunity to go to theater and join the concert, maybe it I can enjoy it, but just simply listening to it sometimes very difficult to entertain. But on the other hand, some of famous ones, like say Tosca and Turandot, I believe, is featured in some film. Actually, I one of my favorite film series is 007 and Mission Impossible. So I like spy kind of a movie, and then 007 and Mission Impossible, they almost same timing. The both film featured the opera scene at theater. So I thought maybe Tosca and Turandot featured, I believe. So in a way, I repeatedly listened just some, how to say, some part of the opera, but I didn't have an experience to listening full scale. So, but and then and also this story, like I said, it's very short. I think it's just about 10 pages. So maybe just it will take just a few minutes. So you can't finish to listen even if um, each each of opera. But anyway, it's very, if you don't have a habit to listening opera, it's very good opportunity to start. And if you do have a habit of listening opera, maybe this story might fit you, perhaps. Right. And second thing, let's think about hidden story behind the conversation. Like I said, basically this work consists of just a conversation between two people and some, how to say, in a monologue or in a description of each or basically a male character, but maybe there is some hidden story, or say like it's like how they get started to seeing each other, and or what, and the female character said she doesn't have any problem uh, with her domestic affair, but it's true or not, and and also what's the airplane uh, signify, something like that. You can think, you can imagine. So let's do that. Is another tips from me. And the third tips is a writing poetry about airplane. It's kind of just unique things, and yes, but as a protagonist, of course, protagonist just without realizing, just reciting, as if reciting poetry, he said to himself about airplane. But it's kind of interesting way to writing a poetry about airplane. Well, and maybe much more you can think about airplane, and perhaps in a way you might lead to how he get the idea to talking himself to listen about airplane. I'm not sure, but it's one way, I believe. All right, anyway, so that's all. Thank you for watching my video from this part, and I hope this video might help you to know Murakami's world and wanted to read his novel, especially this work, Airplane. Right. So right, and I would appreciate if you subscribe my channel and give me a good rate. And I posted 2 to 3 videos like this almost every week. So see you next week. Bye. Thank you for watching.